In the past decade, dating apps have completely reshaped how young people meet, talk, and fall in love. For university students like me, connection is now often just a swipe away. But this convenience also raises a deeper question. How does communication on dating apps influence how we experience and understand intimacy in our romantic interactions? To guide this exploration, I combined insights from academic literature on digital intimacy and identification with 3 in-depth interviews I conducted with university students. So, scholars have been trying to understand how our romantic lives are being transformed by media. According to the Ritter, dating apps are part of a broader identification of intimacy, where our feelings, preferences, and even desires become data points processed by algorithms. This process subtly shapes how we present ourselves and what we expect from others. Also, similarly, Gao studied Tinder users and found that intimacy online is often algorithmically guided, meaning that who we match with, who we talk with, who we chat with, and even how we feel are influenced by the app's design. Parsakia and Rostami describe this as digital intimacy, a new form of closeness created and maintained through technology. It's emotional, but also mediated by screens and apps. And Kwok and Westcott argue that these new forms of connections change not only how we communicate, but also what intimacy means in the digital age. So, if technology now structures how intimacy unfolds, what does that look like in the everyday lives of students? That's where my interviews come in. So, I spoke with 3 different our university students, each with different level of experience in dating apps. So, and their stories reveal how digital communication expands but also limits intimacy.
How would you describe the kind of communication that happens on dating apps?
I feel like all my friends, all their communication on Tinder is very one-sided.
So, this insight about uneven communication reflects to what author Gao called algorithmic asymmetry. So, the feeling that the system favors certain people or behaviors, creating imbalances in overall interaction. For many, this makes intimacy feel less about mutual connection and more about performing desirability. When I asked my participants about how they choose their profile pictures for dating apps, all of them answered that they put their best pictures in there. Also, some of them mentioned how they more likely to choose pictures with their friends, with their friend groups in it, to appear more social and friendly on apps. Like, for example,
Profile?
I think the most I've seen that I've been shown is usually like your best looking photo, and also a lot of people include with their friends because showing how they're
social.
Yeah, social and they're friendly, and I think that works.
This echoes the Ritter's point that dating apps encourage curated self-presentation. Users constantly balance between authenticity and optimization, between being real or being liked.
So I would say like the communication is more surface level, and it's kind of like you're always going into the conversation like with a motive of like trying to date that person or trying to come across like more attractive, for example.
Here we see what Parsakia and Rostami describe as superficial intimacy, a form of connection that feels close but lacks emotional depth. Yet, for some students, online communication also helped sustain relationships, especially across distance.
So like my current boyfriend and I, we are doing long distance, so it's so great that like we can still communicate over apps or have like different platforms to like play games, watch movies. So in general, I would say it's really helpful and it helps with communication a lot.
So This duality, connection versus disconnection, runs through all of my 3 interviews, and one participant summarized it perfectly.
Depends. I think to build them, it's hard. It's really hard. I think to maintain them, for example, if you're in a long distance relationship, networks, social network, and technology saves it kind of. So it's essential, in my opinion. But I would say that it's not really good to create things. You know what I mean?
Maybe
As a
it's more
start.
superficial then.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what do these insights tell us? Dating apps have become spaces where intimacy is shaped not just by emotion, but by technology, data, and design. Students use these platforms to connect, but the way communication happens often redefines what closeness means. On one hand, apps create accessibility and opportunity. And on the other hand, they encourage curation, comparison, and fleeting interactions that can make intimacy feel a bit transactional. As author The Ritter suggests, this is the new everyday dependency. Our emotions, our desires, even our sense of self are intertwined with digital media. So thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I hope it was interesting. And see you hopefully somewhere. Bye!